Uh, what's going on, everyone? It's your host, Jester, who's not the host but is. Joined here today with Unfair Steak,
I
brother in arms type shit. Today we're gonna be examining,
the
get a
best.
little fancy, the best villains across a whole bunch of different media. So like movies, TV, manga, anime, cartoon. It's a lot, and definitely excited. So I'm
I'll
ready.
try to put a little graphic of who mine's and Jester's characters. Also, sorry, I'm really fucking sick. I just got off work. It's been shitty, so please bear with me. But
He powering through though like a real.
that's all you really can. And so do my best to put up a thing just to show you like who we pick. And then I might even put a toll. Actually, put a what I'm gonna call it. What is it called? Put a fucking
Like a
vote.
YouTube
That's
poll?
that's the thing. Yeah, the YouTube poll or a vote or something, or just let us know in the comments who do you think won. Because we're gonna be discussing and we're gonna be arguing a lot. So yeah, let's
Yeah, it's
let's
gonna be
just get into
interesting.
it, man. So I guess if you want to start, I'll start. But the first category me and Jess are gonna be doing is movies. So when we say movies, we obviously mean live action movies. All right. So and mind you, we have no idea who we picked. So I don't have any idea who we picked, and he doesn't
Yeah.
know who I picked. So
Don't worry, we have backups if we have the same one though.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't have backups for movie, but I can think of someone pretty
I
quickly.
only have one backup for movie, and even then, it's kind of like,
Yeah, that's the
we'll
thing.
see though.
I'm always like worried, like, oh, we're gonna pick the same thing, but I'm like, I feel like we're also vastly different
I
that we
mean,
won't.
sometimes there is just one right answer, so who knows?
I guess so. Since I brought it up, I'll go first. My villain, right? That's like undeniably one of the goats. Someone who's
Hold on,
always
what
been brought
category?
movies. We did movies.
Okay, movies. All right,
Always being brought up across any ages and still is like crazy.
I'm cooked. We have the same one. I know it.
It's Darth Vader.
Yep.
Oh my fucking god, no! Well, I said it first, so I feel like I get it.
You
And
did.
plus, I don't even have a backup,
You,
so
you get it. You get it.
dude, it's just so fucking wild. Oh, hey, look at that.
It's just, I feel like that's one of the. I feel like you're nerds derogatory. Like those that love Lord of the Rings, you're gonna say Sauron, which
Yeah, which is
cool.
fair.
I don't really know what bro does though. You know, I
Um,
don't. I
I
haven't.
think correct us in the comments. So, but I mean, Darth Vader is just someone that, you don't. I'm trying to think of the word. He's just here. What's your pick,
He's
and
just
then
him.
we'll discuss.
My pick was Darth Vader, but my backup was actually gonna be Hannibal Lecter. Um,
I feel the
sounds a
name's
little lame, just
familiar.
goaded.
You gotta remind me. Hannibal
It,
Lecter.
it's a movie about a serial killer, basically. That's pretty much it. Um,
Okay.
but it goes over like his kills and
Mm-mm.
you know all that shit. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, I had a heart attack. Forgot we're fighting Terminator or whatever we're
Illuminates.
fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
I see
No.
big boy.
Just I feel like Darth Vader even like it doesn't matter when he was first introduced, and I love him because he was acted by someone different, and he was voiced by I'm forgetting his name. I feel so bad. What's the voice actor's name?
The
For
voice actor for Vader, I don't
yeah,
know.
because I know in the original, um, he's
I know he just recently passed. I feel bad for not remembering.
I'll put up on screen.
Put a
He
JPEG, bro.
has yeah. Oh my god, I'm dying. He has such a phenomenal voice, an iconic voice, and one of those voices that's like you hear it and it almost strikes fear into anybody, right? It doesn't matter who you are, right? You freaking just that name brought so much fear into everybody in the galaxy when Vader and Palpatine, came to life, or not came to life, but started to rule. Like even Vader coming from Anakin, he was just an overpowering force. So it's like you have the potential that the dark side unleashes in people, and Vader. You know, it's a fucking he's a menace, dude. Bro walks up and just fucks shit up. Like that's just how it is. Simple.
You cannot underestimate the story with Vader as well, because I don't think I'll ever be tired of Obi-Wan versus Anakin
Mm,
ever, because
yeah,
that story writing is just peak, dude. I Obi-Wan's my favorite. Um, in like the Star Wars canon, it's just one of those things though where that story is it's unforgettable. You know,
yeah. And even
it's just a
even look
classic.
at you know the redemption arc he had with his son, and then you look at I'm trying to think of like other shit. You know, you have all the like Jedi survivors where like he just shows up. Like anytime he's shown up, like I know in Star Wars Rebels on Jedi Survivor, anytime he showed up, everyone is just immediately like scared. Like there's I Nate. Oh wait, real quick, I forgot to pick up my Quasar launcher. I just
Wild.
remember. It
I'll
was
never forget the scene in Rogue One where he fucking decks everybody in the hallway.
dude.
Like
That
that.
is one of
That's peak.
yeah. That's an iconic scene.
That
My
is Vader.
favorite is in Jedi Survivor where he you know he freaking shows up and he's like to that one sister. I forget which sister. He's like, "You failed me," and just fucking kills her. And then you're
Oh,
just
the
like,
Inquisitor.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
he
just
just
wild.
like, I know in the second game I've seen some stuff where, I'm forgetting the Jedi, whoever trained Cal, I'm forgetting her name. She was fighting him, and it was the funny shit. They were going like back and
Uh,
forth, and there was eventually one point where they like locked they locked
they locked
lightsabers.
eyes.
No, they locked they they locked lightsabers, and she was like pushing against them. And there's one point where Vader just like puts his like free hand up, and is just holding her with just his hand. He's just fucking crazy and an absolute menace to society too. Cause that motherfucker would just pull up and kill anybody, just cause like God,
That's why he's the goat.
I
The goat.
like I know like the term movies is such a broad thing. Like you can say anybody, but I feel like anybody who knows is like, oh yeah, Darth Vader. That's definitely a pick where I'm not gonna lie. I think he's top 10. Like not even top 10, top 3 of all time. And I'm talking about like
Oh
fucking
no, he is.
hundreds of years
He's
of
a top three
movie.
villain of all time.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
but
even if you hate Star Wars, you can't deny the fact that
bro, it's just
Vader's him.
yeah,
Like he's straight up a textbook villain.
and
It's just wild.
has a
And if
great
you
reason.
don't like Vader, just do like look into it. I'm
Yeah,
telling you that story between him and Obi Wan is, if you give it the chance to,
tearjerker.
it's definitely heartfelt.
So since I went first, I'll let you go first for well for you it'd be comic book, but for
Yeah.
me it would be
All right.
manga.
So I got comic books. In my opinion, I gotta go with the number one hater himself, Green fucking Goblin from Spider-Man. 616 storyline because that's the canon one. And I mean, you want to talk about a D1 hater, bro? Uh, there's some stuff that he's done that I don't even know if I could say.
Is
Like
it
it's
like
it.
just say it, and if it's bad I'll mute it. Like
I mean, it deals with. It's also just kind of weird to explain in general, but we'll just say he.
yeah, you can say
Um,
sexual assault. Yeah,
yeah, but nah, Green Goblin, number one hater of all time. Bro's a menace.
did I just step
I
on you?
don't know how you killed me, but
My fault.
nah, dude, it's just stupid. I like. Okay, I'm sorry. Quick rant about this game. I love the mechs, but dude, they got to be 5 feet away from you at all times, otherwise you're dead.
Which is crazy. Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. I kind of had a feeling. I had a thought you said D1 hater, and I was thinking you were gonna go Doctor Doom. But no, Green Goblin's yeah. And I feel like in any universe in the comics, bro is just a menace. Obviously we have limited knowledge, so if anyone's watching who knows more, please let us know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but for me, since I had manga, and mind you, I have read manga, tidbits here and there, but I mean, you cannot know or read manga or be a manga reader and not know about the absolute fucking, I say goat, but he's not. He's a fucking menace. It's Griffith from Berserk, dude. You cannot
Say, man, okay,
like.
who are you calling goat?
I have read Berserk deluxe volumes 1 through 13, and I believe I've read up to chapter 230. I want to say, or maybe they're on 220. I think 220. Up to if you know, also spoilers. Up to right after Casca got stolen from Guts again by Griffith after she gets her memory back. Um, I read up to like that part where he's fucking in even worse shape, but the 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 amount of shit that Griffith has done, it's menacing. I mean, he was I don't want to say original. He did some diabolical shit, in front of fucking Guts, pretty Casca, right in front of Guts, mind you. After he sacrificed his entire quote unquote band of Hawks, his like mercenary group, right? Because he was he led a huge mercenary group called the Band of the Hawks, right? They were legendary. They were coming from like a bunch of nobodies, right? And in the lead of Griffith, right, everyone just believed in him. He was such an amazing guy. Nobody like everyone felt invincible when he was there, right? So when you mind you, he did some fucked up things to really like alter his mind because he had this goal, right, of achieving a kingdom, and he pretty much just sacrificed his entire mercenary group, right? Mind you, after he's been in fucking prison for like over a year, and the Band of the Hawks is struggling because Guts is gone, Griffiths is gone, Casca is barely leading, and people are dying every day. They're a bunch of fucking outcasts. It's just crazy, and anyone anyone who does reach Berserk, uh, don't have a faint of heart because that entire story is messed up from the first fucking volume. So it's not for the faint of heart. It's not for everyone, sadly. But it's one of those things where you really you learn what true pain is, and I don't want to sound like that guy, but it is very painful for anyone to read. And I was like, dude, I even knew what was happening, and I still continue to read it, and it's just such a I don't know, bro's a menace, right? So mind you, after he fucking sacrificed his entire mercenary group to become a literal god, he goes on just a menacing path. And anytime, like, mind you, he's marked Guts for life until he dies, brain of sacrifice. So every night, right, bro is getting fucking hunted by these demons, and Guts takes that as an opportunity to kill as many fucking of those fuckers as he can. I'm trying to remember. No, they're like demons. They're fucking like the God Hand. Please let me know in the comments, or I might put it up. Um, so he's just on a menacing path of trying to kill Griffiths, and he can't because Griffin's a literal god. So there's a whole bunch of other shit, but like that's just the main shit. People, I don't want to say no Griffiths by, but they're like, there's so much to Griffiths as a fucking menace and a villain because I mean he's done a lot of shit. So yeah, it was a bit of a long rant. I'm not gonna
Bro,
lie.
bro sounds like a piece of shit.
He piece of shit wouldn't even like. He's just a
I know.
menace. So that was a long rant. My fault. Then I mean I'm gonna die.
Oh, you're good. That's good.
I just
Good luck though.
oh my
I'm
god.
gonna take this black box.
Thanks. So, but I mean between Green Goblin and Griffith, I feel like Green Goblin has had.
Griffiths definitely.
I guess Griffith with his actions, but I mean you gotta look at like Green Goblin too, and like I don't say how long he's been a character, but just like, you know, the different versions of him.
I I put it this way, dude. Like, Spider-Man writers hate Spider-Man, and if they take out all their hatred on Peter through Green Goblin, and it's just the most ridiculous shit ever. I mean, what I said earlier, like sexual assault, that's just the surface of fucking Green Goblin, and like all that he's done. Like he makes Peter's life hell, and it's just it could be rough.
I feel like that's fucking someone can crucify me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's what makes a villain almost a good villain, right? If they're able to cause so much harm and discomfort to the character they're trying to, I guess, get at or be a menace to, right? I feel like that's just doing
Oh
their job.
my
So,
god, I fucked up.
what?
Hey, take a look at where the package is at.
Where? I don't see it.
Just survive that for a second. I might have fucked up, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god. All right, well, I'm fucking cutting
Forgive
this.
us, forgive us. We haven't played Helldivers a minute. Haven't
I've been
really
working,
experienced
so yeah.
a lot. Um, but
I'm gonna leave this up to the audience. I'm not gonna lie, cause I want to say Green Goblin only because of he's been a character for so much longer, and there's just a lot of shit that Guts goes through that doesn't involve Griffith. Like in all honesty, there's a bunch of chapters where Guts is going like it's always that like reminder, right? The brand of sacrifice, and every night when those apostles, that's what they're called. I just remember when they come and they try to attack and kill Guts, it's just a reminder of Griffith. And anytime he looks at like Casca after she lost her memory, right? Because she was so brutally like violated that her entire personality just like not her entire personality. It's like she reset into being like a child almost because of like how
that's crazy.
traumatizing her shit went through, like what she went through. And even after she got back her memories, right, and she was fixed, anytime she saw Guts, it just was a reoccurring memory of like what the fuck happened. So it's like, she, and mind you, Guts and Casca, they love each other. So it's like you can't even see the person you love from one dude, right? All because of one guy. So it's but I have no doubt Green Goblin has done the same shit to Peter Parker with MJ. So I mean, look at fucking
Yeah,
Joker and what he's done to Batman. So which okay, I thought you were gonna pick Joker would have been a solid pick. Oh
I wanted to. I really did because I prefer Joker in all aspects. But I I don't know. I kind of want to give light to like a different villain because
yeah,
it's kind of like the cliche, if you will.
I guess
It's like,
yeah.
all right, you think I just wanted to freshen it up a little bit.
All right,
Oh
so
fuck!
sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a switch up. We fucked up. We're now going to 10 minutes.
I fucked up.
Andrew Adjuster fucked up.
It's listen, it
Um,
happens. All right.
but okay, real quick, how much did you pick for a cartoon? Like, how many did you do? One? Did you do two?
For cartoon, I picked two.
Okay, so I
We're
I
not gonna have the same ones.
I
I
know
know that.
that because I did anime, but I feel like this is gonna be such a interesting topic, and we might go back and forth. Only because I feel like our knowledge is more knowable on it. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna go, and I picked the goat, Madara Uchiha from Naruto.
Ooh, wish I knew who that was.
You'll learn. So that's who I picked.
Aller.
Sorry. Who did you pick?
Bro said, just wait, boy. Okay, so fun fact. This is actually where I pulled bro out. I picked the Joker. Um,
I'll take that. That's another thing too, real quick. I feel like there's so many characters that fit in different categories that like
yeah,
if you pick one character
yeah.
for one category, you can't pick them for another. So, but I'll let you go just because the Joker is so much more like. I'll let you start.
So as we know, the Joker it feels like has 100 fucking years of history at this point. Um, but I mean, when you think of cartoons, that also includes movies, in my opinion, right? So when you put that into play, you have the Batman animated series. You also have why am I blanking? This is embarrassing. The Killing Joke,
Yeah.
and those are like the two most defining, one of the most defining pieces of Joker media there is. And the Killing Joke, depending on what kind of canon you want to believe in, because it's a little vague, but the hint is there. Um, it's he's brutal, and I, I think it showcases who the Joker really is. I don't think the Joker is your campy like the first Batman movie with what's his name? I feel bad. The dude who was in The Shining. Um,
I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I don't. I'll probably put him on screen.
I apologize to our fans. I'm stupid right now, but it's just to show y'all that like Joker's also Timothy, one of the best villains up there. He's in a lot of things, just like Vader. The difference is though, is that he's scary because he's crazy and he's human. And bro does a lot of things that you're like, all right, did not expect that.
Like Vader has
And I think
morals to a degree, but Joker like doesn't. You know.
yeah, bro don't give a fuck as long as Batman there. That's what all he cares about. I feel like the Joker, the type of dude like where he's low key gay for Batman, but just doesn't say it. And like the second that bro, like if Batman were to die, I feel like Joker would just stop doing crime. I'm
I mean, I know
stupid as that
there's
sounds, like bro,
I forget which
that's the
animated
kind of relationship
series.
that's built between them, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know what series it is, but there's a it's a scene where it's the Joker and the Scarecrow, and they have Batman hostage, and they're like, I've always wondered, who is Batman, right? And they reveal it, right? And it's oh, it's Bruce Banner, and Joker gets pissed at freaking Scarecrow for revealing the
it's
identity.
Bruce Wayne,
Sorry, what did I say?
but it's okay. You said Bruce Banner,
I'm
bro's
fucking
not the Hulk.
sorry, Bruce
It's all
Wayne.
good though. It's all good.
And Joker just gets pissed. He's like, why? Like half of the fun, right, of what he did was not knowing who the fuck Batman was, right? Some mysterious vigilante who always went and stopped Joker, never killed him. No matter how many times Joker wanted him to kill him, right? I mean, that's you see that in Injustice, the movie, Superman killing Joker, right? It's what he wanted because he knew the effects.
Yeah,
Um, but no, that's definitely a solid pick, and I mean that's gonna be hard, but I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah.
If there's one thing about Madara that I know is that
Can you explain who Madara is?
so universe of Naruto, right? For those who don't know,
Yes, the
Naruto's an
nine-tailed
anime.
fox guy.
And it's pretty much ninjas, right? And ninjas have this thing called chakra. It's kind of like the energy force that everyone has, right? So it allows you to do stuff. It allows you to do a lot. Something called ninjutsu, right? Which is like a fucking
Shadow Ninjutsu.
uh shooting fireballs right out of your mouth. There's another thing called taijutsu, which is pretty much just hand-to-hand combat. And then the last one is genjutsu, which is like hypnotism and putting people under spells, whether using one of their senses. Um, there's also a couple more. I'm not gonna go into them because that's too deep. But um, Madara Uchiha is someone from the Leaf. Quick backstory: before there was the five villages, there was just clans, and some of the most powerful clans to ever exist were the Senju, the Uzumaki, and the Uchiha. Um, sadly, the Uzumaki clan had to get killed because they were just too OP, which says something about Naruto. But that's another story. Um, but the Uchiha and the Senju clan were bitter rivals. Um, and Madara being from the Uchiha,
Why
right?
can't we
They
be
get this
friends?
special power with their eyes, right? It's a blessing and a curse. Pretty much, it allows them to see um what their opponent's gonna do before they do it, right? Kind of like reading their mind and a whole bunch of other shit. Um, quickly, you have the 1, 2, 3 totem, which is your basic starting out, getting a little experience. And then after you kill your most sacred loved ones, your totems become Mangekyo Sharingans with this unique pattern. Mangekyo Sharingans, you get more power. You can do different stuff, but the more you use them, right, the more blind you get. So, and you also get each eye gets its own like unique power. Um, Madara's, I'll take one of his was I forget which eye's which, but I believe his right eye allowed him to believe reverse time. And then his other eye allowed him to slow down or stop time. If I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments.
Bro, these guys sound OP as fuck.
Yes, but the thing is,
Everybody does.
um, you need to like train yourself to have a lot of chakra, right? So, like, but Madara, he was one of the top Uchiha, right? And he eventually went from his totem to his Mangekyo or Sharingan to eventually stealing his brother's eyes to getting the what's known as a uh
Bro, imagine
ultimate.
stealing a dude's eyes, though.
No, it's brutal. Uh, it's called a ultimate Mangekyo or Sharingan. Pretty much the curse that every time you use your eyes with the MS, I'm gonna shorten it. Call it MS. Um, you slowly go blind, but with the EMS, um, you you can never go blind pretty much. So that's what he did. And then there's a something above that called the Renegon, and that's a whole nother thing. But that's just pretty much gives you the power of a fucking god. I'm being that ass. He's known as a sixth path sage. He was a god and the god of Shinobi, and this is a lot of backstory, but this is definitely worth it because like with Madara, there's a lot. Um, but only few Uchiha have ever been able to get that right. You need the blood of the god, and it's a whole nother thing. But pretty much the Senju and the Uchihas were battling right, and some of the greatest were Madara and Hashirama. They were the top of the Senju and top of the Uchiha, and they're bitter rivals. Um, rivals slash brothers. They develop a brotherly relationship, but
Type shit, type shit.
as eventually they had peace between the Uchiha and Senju and started the village hidden in the leaf. Um, Madara was like Hashirama was he was like the top leader, like the president, I guess. He's a Hokage, and Madara was it's known as like a shadow Hokage, pretty much someone who does the dirty work for the village, right? It's like shit has to get cleaned up. Pretty much Madara was going around bullying the other villages, pretty much saying like, "You guys will comply with us, or you'll fucking die." But I mean, Hashirama was like diplomatic, shit like that. Eventually, at one point, by the way, we're going the wrong way. We gotta go this way. Um,
No, we're going the right way. Keep going.
we gotta go this way. That way's on the map. Eventually, at one point, Madara started reading these totems about something called the. Oh my god, am I forgetting it? He pretty much
You can do that?
apparently I just went did not die.
What the fuck?
Oh fuck, I can't get up.
That's awesome.
Pretty much Madara wanted to stop all war, right? Because he was like,
What a Chad.
I'm sick and tired of war, right? Because he saw his own like his younger brother, right? All of his brothers died in war, and he was sick and tired of losing everybody. So he's like, in order to stop war, he heard of this thing Oh my God, why am I forgetting it? It's been such a long time since I've seen Naruto. Pretty much, he had this hatched this plan to get this power, which would pretty much put anybody into an eternal coma, thus ceasing all wars. Right? Simple plan.
That's one fucking way to stop
Yeah,
wars.
it goes a lot deeper,
I'm
but
putting everybody to sleep
in their own little like
forever.
dream, right? In their own little like paradise, in their own heaven.
So basically, the Matrix.
Yes, but it goes a lot deeper than that. So after he rebelled and left the fucking village, um, fuck, what happened? I'm not gonna lie, I skipped a lot of the filler, which explains a lot of the backstory. Pretty much he was in defect, and Hashirama was like, "I need you to stop," right? And he was gonna collect the nine-tailed beast, right? Mind you, nine-tailed beasts are these powerful beasts with a shit ton of chakra that kind of roam around, and they're originally a part of what's known as the ten-tailed beast, which is another fucking a giant beast with infinite amounts of chakra that the god fucking shinobi he kind of split up into the nine tails because I mean the ten tails are really destructive. So Madara knew he had to collect all nine tails and summon them and then get them into this giant husk and pretty much summon the ten tails. Um, but he couldn't do that right because he died in quotes by Hashirama in one of the most like badass fucking rival fights ever. Like when you want to talk about Hashirama, right? One of his nicknames was the God of Shinobi. He was considered like everyone considered him a God of
Bro,
Shinobi.
was him.
He was Himothy. He was such Himothy that people went out of their way to look for his cells because that's how fucking
The fuck?
powerful. Yeah, yeah. Like
Type shit, I guess.
and so after Madara died, he didn't die. Spoiler alert. He went into hiding and he found the ghetto statue and he found this thing called White Zetsu and Black Zetsu. Pretty much, Black Zetsu thought convinced Madara that it was Black Zetsu was a part of Madara. He wasn't. Spoiler alert. It was a part of Kaguya, which Kaguya is known as the mother of the god of Shinobi, so she's even more powerful. Um, but my fault. Pretty much, fuck, I'm losing track. Sorry, I've been yapping so much. Pretty much after he
No, you're
found the
good, bro.
ghetto statue, he took this kid who almost died, named Obito Uchiha. Um, Shout out Obito, another one of my favorite characters. Like Madara was my favorite, but there's a reason I have an Obito statue before Madara. Pretty much turned this kid, like twisted his fucking mind and made him watch his best friend kill his lover to fully
Oh
convince
hell yeah.
him. Oh, it was some like manipulative, brutal fucking shit. Not on the level as the Joker, but bro was definitely manipulating the kid. And pretty much, there's a whole giant war that they started, and Madara eventually comes back from. Well, he's reanimated, right? He's made like a zombie. He
Hmm.
humiliates a bunch of fucking people. Like, bro was taking on a whole army, right? And this was one of if you know, you know. So when he first came up, he was fighting like Naruto and a bunch of other people, a whole army pretty much. And Madara was like, "All right, now I have the Rinnegan because he acquired it before he died." He called in a giant like meteor, right, onto this army, a giant fucking meteor, right, big enough to kill anyone, to flatten the fucking earth. And so they're like, "No, we have to stop this." So they're able to stop the fucking meteor, right? And everyone's like, "Oh, we're so relieved, right? We're saved. We're this, we're that." And Madara's like, "Cool. Now what about the second one?" And drops the second. I'll send you the clip, and you will fucking love it because bro just dropped a second one on top of them and killed like a bunch of people, and killed himself too. But since he's reanimated, he can't really die. Um, so it's,
The monster from the Black Lagoon stole me.
bruh. So he's fucking an absolute menace. And then bro eventually comes back to life, and he fucking in the first couple seconds he gets his eyes like taken away, And bro's picking fights with like some of the strongest characters without fucking eyes. Like I want you to like to really think that. And then he goes and he attacks like 4 or 5 out of the nine-tailed beast by himself with no eyes and a bunch of fucking like bro's a menace. And he's considered like the second strongest shinobi that's a human. Um at the time before eventually Naruto and Sasuke overturned him, but like bro was ruthless and he was killing and he was so I hope that gives you a little summary of him. I know I was yapping for a while. I apologize.
I mean,
Um,
bro sounds cool. I won't deny that.
he's one of those guys where he's patient, right? Like the entirety plan of what he did took 40 plus years. I want to
Damn.
say it took a while. I might be a little wrong. It took a long time before he was able to set and like get his fucking plan in, right? The entire plot of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden was like Madara eventually coming back, and then goes into a whole nother thing where Black Zetsu betrays Madara and fucking spawns in Kaguya, and then that's a whole nother fight. But I'm not talking about Kaguya. I'm talking about Madara because in my humble opinion, Madara is just better than Kaguya as a villain. Kaguya was just some fucking god bitch that wanted to go back to ruling everyone, and she got her ass kicked. Pretty funny. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. You picking Joker takes the cake in terms of being a villain, but like anybody who's seen both, like when it comes down to it, like scrapping hands on hands, Madara will pick fights with anyone. It do not matter. Bro was going toe to toe with a fucking army, and there's just amazing fucking scenes of him being an absolute like fucking menace. I think me personally, I think this one goes for the Joker, just because he's even more demented in the head. So
Yeah,
I'll definitely that was a y'all long yeah my fault, dude.
you're good. I was interested. I asked.
um yeah I'll send you some of those clips, dude, because bro's fucking
He's
wild.
MVP.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, your turn. Uh,
No, it's your turn.
save the best for last.
We're on TV.
Obviously,
We're on TV show. We have TV show then
second best
video
for
game.
last. Second best for last. Um,
I feel like you might
you can
take
go
this one.
first for TV shows.
Oh, it's your turn because I went last time.
No, I went first with the Joker.
Okay.
Then you went with
I'm not
you're
gonna lie.
being.
I really did not have a good one for this. Because I really couldn't think of any good TV show villains. Because I'm like, who's someone? And I'm not gonna lie, you might take this, but I was recently just watching it, and I think this is gonna be great for another discussion. Uh, John McCain, I think his fucking name. I don't know. Pretty much the fucking dad from Fallout, right? The TV show that just came out last year.
I haven't watched it.
Oh,
Don't
you
kill me if
haven't?
you're Fallout mega nerd people, please.
Oh my god, dude, it's so good. If you know, you know. Do you mind if I spoil?
Go
Or,
ahead. I will probably never watch that show.
you really should. So pretty much, um, also spoilers if you've never seen Fallout or played any of the games or seen the TV show. But pretty much the dad, right? He's perceived as a good dad in the vault, right? Protecting his kids. The fucking wife passed away. Fuck you, asshole. But pretty much, he's a Fallout employee, and what pretty much all the Fallout employees did was they decided to nuke the Earth, and
For the vibes.
yeah, for this ultimate thing of becoming a multi-million company. It's some stupid shit in my opinion. But not only did he was like someone who watched pretty much everyone nuke America, right, which is the whole main plot of Fallout and any of the games. Um, he also like once his wife like he wanted to keep everyone in the vault, and once his wife figured out like life was habitable above Earth or above the vault, he was telling her, "Hey, come home." She's like, "No." He's like, "Yes." She's like, "No." So he's like, "Okay." He steals the kids, a daughter and a son, and nukes the fucking town that she was staying at. Right, the mother.
Wild.
Yeah, just
Fucking wild.
obliterates them.
How petty.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's just so
yeah.
fucking random.
And it is like is this controlling guy, and just pretty much what he was
I love you.
doing.
Come back to me. No. Perishes. Like,
Yeah,
bro.
and so it just was. And then after he obviously in the show he gets captured by someone who knows the truth. It's one of the wife's friends. She's a leader of I believe the New California Republic, NCR. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep. The goats.
Um he gets captured, and eventually he like gets out, and Ellie learns the whole truth and blah blah blah, and he escapes and goes to New Vegas. So that is setting up for Fallout season 2. But I'm like I only included him only because I couldn't think of anyone, and because I think of like what Fallout the entire company was doing is some petty ass shit, right? They're talking about making a marketing like being the biggest company in the
Which, by the
fucking
way,
world.
why? I hate the motivation of world domination through money. I'm gonna nuke the entire world just to be the richest people. Like, at what point does the money don't matter, bro?
It,
Like, if everyone's dead, I don't know. Yeah, I just find that shit stupid. But keep going.
um yeah, it just they pretty much nuked America, probably some of the other countries too during in the Fallout universe, and I believe they even had some of their experiments, right? And mind you, these experiments on in the vaults were really fucked up. Like, if you do know, let us know. I know in Fallout 4 Vault 111, they only had one person survive, right? Pretty fucked up. Bro slept two. The main character, you slept 200 years. Everyone in that vault's dead. Um,
Sounds
I
like the beginning of Fallout 4.
and which it is. It is. That's what I said.
My bad.
You're-
Didn't hear that.
I thought you were joking. So that's bro. I know other one they were talking about having like the birth of well having kids be separated from adults and leaving the kids on their own and the strongest survive type shit.
My favorite pastime activity.
I believe they had one of them where it was only dudes and one woman, and then vice versa where it was only women and one dude, right? So that's pretty. Yeah, I'm just to say that. Um, but no, it just like I think the entire Vault Tech people are kind of like the same, but I only chose McCain because I'm like that's just what I was thinking of. So that's my argument. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna win this one, but I mean they're still pretty petty and have done some really fucked up shit. So who's yours?
All right, so in my personal humble, very best opinion,
All right, buddy.
I think the best TV show villain, the same reason why I stopped watching the damn show, is Negan from The Walking Dead. And I know Bro goes on to have a great character redemption arc that I do not give a fuck about. Um,
I've never watched The Walking Dead, so that's your turn.
it's The Walking Dead ain't for everyone, dude. I'll put it that way. Like it definitely is a hit or miss show. No, but Negan from The Walking Dead. I'll put it this way, Matt. Man, what's a good way to put it? Okay, take the soul of a franchise and brutally murder him, and then force that group that you love to go and basically become slaves. That's pretty much what Negan did. Um, Bro killed my boy Glenn. Yeah. Which was wild because, as you should know, The Walking Dead was first and foremost a comic book series. Um, and the show was pretty notorious in regards to the fact that it didn't really follow the comics in terms of who died. But in the comics, Negan kills Glenn just like in the or in the show. Negan kills Glenn just like the comics, and it was a shock because, like I said, all the major deaths they didn't follow the comic timeline. So it was a toss up, and it's like a haha, we got you. They killed off Glenn and Abraham.
Mm,
So Negan definitely takes it. I know Bro has a redemption arc. Even after the show ended, Matt, he has his own
little series.
yeah, he has his own mini series with I forgot who. I want to say Carol maybe. I don't really care. But yeah, definitely my opinion the best TV show villain.
I think it's a good one. I think um I might give this one to yours only because it's an actual single villain. Mine was more, I guess, an organization, and I mean, I really couldn't think of anyone, in all honesty. So,
No, I
um,
feel like organizations are good though, or can be. But just the whole thing with Negan is just bro fucking broke down the group in such an awesome way, mentally, physically.
yeah, yeah, fuck, dude. So that one was
But
definitely
yeah, I think mine takes that.
takes the cake.
Don't get me wrong, Vaultec is awesome, and all the war crimes they commit. But
Fucking violations of human rights. Yeah.
all right, guy,
Sorry, sorry,
you're
sorry.
exaggerating at this point.
Ow, ooh, ooh, fuck, I'm dead. Um,
Geneva Convention, more like Geneva Suggestion.
alrighty, buddy, you're not even in the military. Shut the fuck up. I'm joking.
I don't gotta be in the military, bro. This shit applies to everybody.
um, yeah. I think this last one, uh,
You're cooked. I'm telling you right now, you're cooked.
I definitely, I'm gonna let you go first. But cause I wrote down three, cause I was like, dude, who do I choose?
I have two.
So,
I uh, I don't know. It's so hard, but okay. You know what? I'm just gonna send it. I'm just gonna send it. Okay, the best video game antagonist of all time is and always will be Voss from Far Cry 3. Um,
oh,
it's it does not get better than that. Fucking the entire story arc of Jason being the younger brother, watching his older brother get killed by Voss, wanting vengeance, and that's all he wants. When his whole life, Jason wasn't, he's not a killer, doesn't know how to fight, doesn't know how to shoot, but he learns that, and it's a ridiculous character arc and growth um, that takes a mind of its own, and it's one of the best things I've ever seen. It starts off as you root for bro, but I mean, if you pay attention to the game, you're like, I would say, spoiler alert, for Far Cry 3, if you haven't played it, but I would say that right after Jason kills Voss, you kind of question who the bad guy is, if that makes sense, because Jason don't stop there.
yeah,
He's trying to go after everybody, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, we have like vigilantes in media. You got your Daredevils, your Punishers that do that, but the difference with Jason was like how violent bro is and how he stopped caring about the people he loved and just completely went into that tribal life of killing and being brutal, and it's one of the best things to ever see. And you see Voss like activate something inside of Jason, and it's the best thing ever. I mean, dude, it's still quoted nowadays. The whole definition of
dude,
insanity,
no,
and
yeah,
there's a reason.
I was
Like
about to
Ubisoft
ask.
used to cook, dude. Like it's a best video game villain ever. However, the one that almost won, um, this piece of shit. So it is a Last of Us villain
Of
from the
course,
first game.
of course.
Um, his name's David,
Is
and
it
you meet him on in the later in the game.
is it who I think it is?
And No, no. His name's David. He's the villain who almost won it for me. Uh, who deserves everything bad and worse because he's a piece of shit.
Is he the one that
Um,
almost does that?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Like
oh,
that almost took it for me. And honestly, if I probably played Last of Us, I probably would have said yeah, definitely. But the thing with David is like and that should tell you how powerful of a moment that is in the game.
yeah.
That players kind of forget about David because Joel calls her baby girl, calls Ellie baby girl, and like that was seen as one of the biggest things, in the game. That's when he accepted that that was his surrogate daughter. So people kind of forget that David exists. Um, but that's not to discredit that character because he's a perfectly written character. It's just to show you like how powerful the moment was afterwards that like people just kind of forgot about David.
Mhm.
Like that
Yeah.
happened. Oh, that's his daughter now. Moving on, and it doesn't help that the game does a time jump too. It's the
Mhm.
next season, but that's besides the point. But yeah, that's my number one and number two. Uh, I had to say both because, dude, I don't know if there is a winner in that category at the end of the day.
Video games have
In my
definitely
opinion.
video games have definitely brought out a lot of good villains. And I mean, I wouldn't even see the thing is with mine, right? It is
I was gonna say Doctor Robotnik,
no,
real better.
no, I was not thinking of that. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Dr. Robotnik's a petty villain, in my humble opinion, right?
He is.
He's just petty, and he's just one of those guys like,
I hate you,
oh,
Sonic.
I hate you, Sonic. I
Why?
hate you,
Just
Sonic.
cause.
Like, he's petty, but the one I did choose, it is from, spoiler alert, Armored Core 6. There's two.
Oh my god, this
Now,
guy.
mind you, Armored Core 6 doesn't have villains, right? You're kind of just like going through. You really like anyone can be a villain, and there are even times that thing's on, by the way. There are even times where there's a story where you become the villain, right? But the one person that always stuck out and was always going against you, right from the very start, is Gun Six Iguazu. Now, little backstory. The red guns, right? There's this high spec. I don't want to say spec ops, but pretty much they're like some top elite pilots, right? And Gun Six, he's kind of this snarky, like he's the snarky white guy jock, right? In every like high school movie, right? He's snarky. He's like, I'm the fucking greatest, right? I'm in varsity and you're not,
Bros Timothy.
and he's really not. And he's really just kind of annoying, and like talking back all the time, being like, oh, shut the fuck up. You just got lucky, making excuses. Just an overall like pest, and you don't really think much of him. But I mean, if I'm being honest, through the entire game, he always periodically shows up, and every time after the first in the like he just hated you as a character. He calls you freelancer, right? Because it's kind of what you are. You're a freelancer mercenary, and he just hates you.
What's up, freelancer? Derogatory.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny too. A little side note about that game: every person has a unique nickname for you, which I love, right? So your pilot's name is known as Raven. Only one person ever calls you Raven, and that's the funny woman in your head named Air, which I love her. Um, but like everyone else has their own little nickname for you. And it was I really love that. I don't know why.
Oh shit.
I love that. Like you see it, everyone you ever meet is like you got a little nick they got a little nickname for you. So you're never just called Raven, right? You're called all these different names, and I just love it. But
Raven gotta be like the coolest name though.
it is, right? Raven is such a badass name, and it has such a badass lore. In
That name has aura.
it has Where the fuck am I going, dude? Oh my god, I'm so lost. I thought I was you, and I'm half dude.
Yeah, use the wand, bro.
Um, but in the entire playthrough, especially on the third ending, you slowly see like Iguazu do anything in his power just to fucking kill you, right? And you don't kill him once, you kill him twice or almost three, four fucking times, and every time he's gone back, right? The first time you fight him, you beat him, you kind of like stab his back, and that's just a hate trend. Next time you destroy this giant ice worm, and you do it yourself, right? And he's like, "You just got fucking lucky, dude." I played this game recently. Just the entire time, he's always hating on you, and he gets to the point where he dies, but his body or his mind is brought back by All Mine, which is the mercenary support group, and he's like they're trying to force him to like kill you and do his bidding, but it's honestly like just how much of a hater he is. He resists All Mind and like
Not
shuts
even
him
a reverse
complete.
flash would do this shit, dude.
No, Reverse Flash would do worse. He like goes
I know.
against All Might,
I
which
love the
brought
meme though.
him back like four fucking times just to fucking kill you. Like, the gravity of the situation is so much like brought down because of me talking, but it is such bro's just a D1 hater and he's doing anything. There's one point where he hires another mercenary to fucking attack you, which is how petty he's like he was getting. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie, your video game villains is definitely a lot better.
Elite.
They are, but another one,
Fucking dumbass civilians, bro.
fuck, I might be
I'm
left,
sorry, but bitch just tripped over and died. Like, come on, bro.
bruh. But like I said, there were so many good villains. I didn't know who I could pick, and I was mind blanking.
There are like this might sound like a very easy topic, but it's not in the grand scheme of things when you start thinking. Like, there's so many options you could have. I mean, just out the blue, someone I thought about talking about was Dutch from Red Dead.
Yes,
Because I haven't even finished those games, but I know what bro does in both of them.
yeah,
Mainly the second one, and it's like I think that would be a great villain to talk about. But it's also just there's so many people you could talk about. Like it's so almost convoluted, you know.
yeah. So,
But no, it sounds like a good pick. Basically, dude's being a prick. It's
yeah,
like, hey,
and
you're better than me. I don't
he
like that.
doesn't. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm not gonna lie, you almost feel bad for him because not that it's like, oh, I feel bad because he's always wanted to be top elite. No, you just feel bad because you keep fucking beating him, right? Like it is hard. Any time I fight him, dude, it's just like I don't know. I feel like he's such a clean sweep, unless it's the final boss fight, which I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking hard. When I first tried to do it, but as I got through it, I got better. Um, but another villain I actually had for video games was All Mine itself, because I believe they are some top elite. Right, they're a mercenary AI support group,
Elite.
and they go beyond being an actual AI and start like fucking with shit that like it's a whole thing where it's like you would never expect them like they're always there like oh hey do this it'll help you become a
They're
better
there to help you out,
yeah
but
and
you don't know that they're like monsters.
they're also using you and there's like almost anything you do right they pretty much record your data and they try to kill you but obviously you're just better and it's one of those things where it's like I feel like such a advanced villain because in a sense they want to release the coral, which is what Air wants to do, but like after everything they do, they like at the end like try to backstab you, which I don't know. I feel like the way what I'm talking about now is undermining the situation. Like I really encourage you to play a jester. So and I encourage anyone to
You know
play
what? When
it.
I finish my Ninja Gaiden run through, I will.
It is
After I finish my
which Ninja
Dark
game?
Souls run through,
No, do
then I'll play Armored Core
brother.
6.
Just do. I'm not gonna lie. Do Armored Core first. Then do Dark Souls.
Negative.
I feel like, and I'm being honest,
Fine, you won me over.
Armored Core will get you a lot ready for reading signals because you have to really like
My boy, what do you think
read.
Ninja Gaiden is about?
Okay, yes, but that's more combo based. That game. Where the fuck did my fucking trees, dude? I fucking hate them. Um,
Same.
I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Can't really
I
justify everything.
like Armored Core, especially Armored Core 6, is such in a league of its own that I don't like. In my humble opinion, I think it's you'll get a lot more experience and better experience out of that than Dark Souls and Ninja Gaiden. Well, that's just me. So
I don't know. We could have someone that's played all three tell us. I'll be that guy eventually to be like, you were wrong. Shut up. Don't ever talk again. Or I'll let you know, like, yeah, you're right.
all right, well, um, we really. I apologize, dude. I think that's gonna wrap it up. We talked about all of our categories and talked about the villains I guess we thought of at the time. Cause I mean,
Yep.
there's a shit ton of villains, and there's some
There
great
are.
ones. There's some bad ones, some really messed up ones, and at the end of the day, each villain has their own uniqueness that makes them a villain. And like I mean, what was it last episode we were talking about Magneto? And
Yeah. Matt.
him.
Oh!
What?
I didn't know I could do that. That's fucking awesome.
You, okay. Anyway, um,
My bad. Sorry, guys. Didn't know you could kick people with the fucking.
bruh,
Yeah, but Magneto, great villain. You know?
yeah.
Empathetic villain. You know, people can empathize or sympathize. One of the two.
So, and if there's a villain in a specific category, you want to talk about or even just mention, let us know in the comments. Don't be afraid to let us know because, like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's for manga and even comic books, right? There's our knowledge is very limited, and we love you guys to comment down. Other villains that do
Yeah, let us
diabolical
know how stupid we are and
stuff.
how close-minded we are.
Not that. Not
Um,
explore our
there are
knowledge.
great villains everywhere. You know,
Yeah.
it's just our opinion. Curious to hear yours.
Um. But as always, if you made it to the end, thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it. I know Jester also appreciates it.
Yes, you
If you
guys are the
do
gifts.
like the content, subscribe. Comment down, like, give us a like. Um.
For every like you do, I'll kick unfair
Okay.
for how many likes.
All right. It's got fucking kicked in the chest, but yeah. Uh. Keep the grind up, everyone. Every day is a new day. Uh. That's it for me.
Until it
Just
ain't.
you got anything, Chester?
No, you'll have a great day. Or not. The choice is yours. Oh, wisdom.
Okay. Okay. So is that all you're gonna say?
Oh, I'm a dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Uh,
Is that how we're gonna end it? Just slowly
yep.
fade away now. Is that the fucking? Oh, I hate you so much, dude. You know that like.